Okay, so let's talk about a couple of hacks about selling on Amazon. So we're going to be learning about pretty straightforward, simple hacks that you can do on Amazon. And some of these, actually most of them we have been doing for years and still doing. So it's just good to have a bit of a refresher, and then also strategies to increase sales and visibility on Amazon, and different tools, free tools you can find inside of Amazon Sales Central for ads and listing optimizations. So one thing is that so one thing is about these like URLs. So I mean, of course, there's many different types of URLs, and one of this is this canonical URL. And the thing, what matters here is that it's actually set for the kind of keywords that actually matter. So what it is that, I mean, Amazon just generates this URL for like product indexing, and I mean, just uses hyphens, colons after the first 5 keywords, and it can be hyphens and colons can be placed like interchangeably for optimization. So the benefit is that, because what's the main thing in terms of selling on Amazon, meaning that getting visibility in a certain keyword. I mean, it all comes down to relevance. How relevant are you for the given keyword? And as like all these tools or artificial intelligence tools are like increasing, and more on the future is going to be so that it's just going to be more and more based on the Amazon algorithm, like deciding that what is the product. So it already does this, that it reads, it pretty much like scrapes the listing and checks out that, okay, I mean, based on these text and categories, whatnot, that's added there. I mean, based on this, it decides that its impression is that this is that kind of product, and it's these and these people are more likely to be interested in this. And it's especially important, like when in long term, that when we have a product that we have already like been validated, that we have decided that, I mean, we have already been selling it for quite some time, which means that we have already like validated that this is something that we're going to be selling for years and years to come. So then it actually makes sense to do the extra effort to optimize every single thing based on the like main keyword. And what it means that we could do like even optimization based on like for the product name, for the product packaging, and maybe in some cases even just the brand name. It kind of depends like what is the like what's the path that you're going on. But point is that since the future is going into this AI direction, then I mean, we should do everything we can to optimize the product for the keyword like from the get-go. So because that will then define that, I mean, it will pretty much like cast in stone the relevance for the given keyword. So obviously it means that if you are more relevant, then it just means that you're going to be getting more visibility for that keyword. So okay, it means that we just get more traffic and more people visiting your product listing page. So Amazon sees that this product is getting traction here, so it realizes that which was important for the product. And then that it's not only about Amazon, it's also about different search engines like Google. Like when more people actually from external website visit your product, which means that okay, if people are searching for this essential aromatherapy, then I mean it's much likely, because we know that Amazon is going to be there. I mean, no matter what, because Amazon is just the world's biggest product search engine, which means that Amazon has like if someone searches a product on Google, Google is going to be showing Amazon product listings, which means that if we have done it like this optimization, well, then we're going to be getting like visibility from Google as well. Okay, so how do you do that? Like, I mean, for new listing, it's super simple. I mean, just create a listing and make sure the first 5 words of the title are your main keywords, so the combination of these keywords that you want to rank first. So this is really the easiest way to ensure that your URL includes main keywords. So super simple thing, right? What about old listings? Like, let's say that you want to change it. Well, then you ask Amazon, you ask seller support, you create this ticket and ask Amazon to change it. Like, you just select that the issue is not listed, and in the box provided that, okay, please change the URL from this to this, and then I mean just set it up so that it's product listing related, and you can just add for the description that, yeah, I mean this is urgent, updated ASAP. And if they reject it, then then just open up another ticket or just reply to it, depending on the ticket type. Like, are you able to get it reopened and so on, or then just create a new ticket if it gets closed. So here, how it looks like in Seller Central. So I mean, just ask them, give the old one and then the new one, and then give the remaining information, and that's it. So by the way, does anyone have any questions about this? Because it's important that you have it set it up for this for the right keyword.
Hey, I would like to ask one thing. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Hey, is it something to consider that you always add for the main first keyword as your brand name? Like, do you start your title with your brand name, or do you just use the most important keywords for your listing?
Well, it really depends on the category. So, I mean, and you can also see that what's going on with the, I mean, easiest way without checking the category itself, but I'm just search for and just check like what are all your other what are your competitors doing, and if everyone is having the brand name, then okay, fine, then that's basically the rule of the game, that you would need to have it there. So you need to check from your category, like what is the rule, that because sometimes Amazon might reinforce it and sometimes not. Make sense?
Absolutely, yes. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So then about this escalating these issues. I mean, everyone has experience. I mean, if you've been selling for on Amazon for longer than a few months, I mean, you have experience in dealing with seller support, and you're probably experienced that you want to get something done, but support is not helping you at all. If anything, they are just being on the way of you trying to achieve it. So what can you do to escalate it? So definitely the most effective way is to get a human being to escalate your issues, and which means that, like, oftentimes, like, Amazon also sends you different kinds of emails, so you can actually also ask like emailing you that, hey, by the way, I mean, I'm having an issue about this and this, and you know, could you help me looking into this issue and so on. But you know, let's say that you don't have any person who you can contact to escalate your issue, then you can actually also use X, formerly known as Twitter, meaning that you can just, I mean, create a tweet and tag this Amazon support on X. So this is about like kind of leveraging these platforms, this real-time nature and you know, public visibility. So I mean, the benefit is that, you know, it's going to be quick response time because, you know, due to the nature of these platforms, these companies tend to be pretty prompt with their replies and so on. And obviously, I mean, you get, actually the reason why you're even doing this is that you get this public visibility for the issue, so that, you know, in case it gains attention not only from Amazon but other users. And it's also, you know, serves as a record of communication for tracking brokers.
Actually,
especially, what's that?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but I never thought that Amazon was active on Twitter or X. You know, back a couple of years ago and they still are probably like these Chinese hijackers, Belarus. And next time if I come across them, I'm definitely gonna post about it on Twitter.
Yeah. Yes, and yeah, I mean, main thing is that you have an issue and you already talked to support. I mean, obviously this should be your first line of support. This is not the first line support. No. This is only about the escalation, because oftentimes also, I mean, you need to have a place, and because then you can be all the time referring to this ticket that I mean, I have this issue. I mean, I've been dealing with this for months and months. Like they told me that it's going to be weeks, but I mean, it's already been like few months. So that's really the way to handle it, and you know, make it so that, you know, the issue actually gains traction, because especially in matters that might be well, not necessarily complicated, but there's something tricky that, you know, kind of makes it more difficult, meaning because if you are experiencing this ping pong thing that your issue is just going from one team to another, then back and forth, then I mean, the best way to handle is that getting it escalated, or like I mentioned when I had the issue with missing deposits. So a deposit that, you know, Amazon had sent to the Wise account, but the Wise account sent it back, and both of them told me that, you know, they don't have it. So only way basically to get those kind of issues fixed is to escalate it. Get some human being to handle it. But anyway, getting back to X. So I mean, this public complaint can really spur Amazon to address the issue promptly. And here's an example saying that, well, I mean, this guy has tagged Jeff Bezos, but that's not the first you should be tagging here. So here is the thing that, okay, this guy has some issue that, okay, help provided already, I mean, did this and already had this appeal, took 4 weeks for a response, submissions are still auto-rejected. And this is kind of like classic case, meaning you can clearly see that there is no human being even looking at the case. I mean, just boom, it's just auto rejection or auto response or whatever. And, you know, then someone maybe answers that, yeah, this should, like for him, he's saying that, I mean, the promised reinstatement was supposed to be like 4 days, and this was already weeks ago. And this guy has like 140K stock. So it's kind of like a urgent issue. So first thing, post it and keep your message really short but detailed. I mean, add as much information as possible, but still, you know, this is Twitter, so it needs to be like short message and straight to the point. And then don't tag Jeff Bezos, tag this Amazon seller help. But you can also like do a different but the one that you definitely need to tag is this Amazon seller help to increase the likelihood of getting this prompt response and resolution. And you can see that this guy this guy tagged like not only Jeff Bezos but other like Amazon executives as well. But here you can see that, I mean, there's a response, and okay, Amazon seller help is responding that, okay, so did you do this, blah blah blah, yes I did it, and there's been so on. So it gives you this option to, you know, I mean, obviously the first thing they're going to be asking, well, did you do the obvious thing, meaning that, okay, if they ask for documentation, well, did you submit the documentation? Yeah, I did it, and kind of give the like reassurance that, I mean, I already did those things that is being asked, right? So then the ability to, you know, get it escalated and get a human being to at least like check the issue or double check the issue and, you know, get it fixed. Because the worst situation, and I know like everyone has been here, that everyone has been there, that, you know, you get these robotic answers for your issues, which means that, you know, there is even no human being, or if there's a human being reading it, I mean, they just maybe read it for a few minutes or a few seconds even, and then boom. So yeah. Okay, then next thing is about using this product listing questions and answers to improve ranking. So this is an oldie but goodie. So this is something that, I mean, yeah, I remember we started doing this like really from when we started. So using as actually this question and answer area for your kind of like improving the ranking, improving conversion, but, you know, also answering the common questions that people have as well. So I mean, Amazon values these questions and prominently also displaying these topics on this listing. So I mean, if you're thinking that, oh, okay, well, what could I ask, or what actually makes sense? Well, okay, if you're starting from zero, then I mean, first thing to check is that, okay, what are people doing on the competitors listing? Meaning that, okay, what are they complaining about? What are like common issues, and so on. So collect this information from your product and competitors, and basically it should be relevant questions and so on. And this is really also the reason why why you need to do the, like, as soon as have you validated your product listing and so on, I mean, why you need to consider the X factor, and you need to like fix all the issues that, you know, in the perfect product blueprint, you take a look at the market and take a look at the competitors, and then you get all this information that, I mean, these sellers are having this issue, so that's why you need to fix it and so on. So then you can also add, I mean, then you already have that information, which you can just add as questions. So common questions, customer questions about the product, and just determine like what motivates people to buy the product and the competitors, and highlighting this, you know, unique selling point, X factor, and it's kind of like this answer question area as well. And no, I mean, you shouldn't post it yourself. You can just ask anyone basically to post the question for you, and then you as a seller respond to it, and ensuring these important keywords are actually included in your answer as well. And basically anyone can ask this kind of post these questions. So basically, I mean, you have this area on the product listing that, okay, don't see the answer you're looking for, then you just post your question, and that's it pretty much, right? Okay. So next thing is about Amazon advertising and news. So what does it mean? So it just includes doing this advertising with targeting new sellers listing. And why do you want to target like new sellers? I mean, what should you target? Like existing sellers that have already been there for quite some time? Well, the reason is that because, you know, when new sellers enter, they're going to be typically investing heavily in advertising because, you know, that's the way you get your initial traction, right? Meaning that if you don't have a email list, if you don't have any kind of list, then you start by going heavy into advertising and getting the traffic to your listing. So that's why it's perfect, right? Because these listings are not even established yet, which means they are not going to 5,000 reviews and ratings. So by targeting these new sellers, it just allows this capitalization on their like advertising efforts. So it increases this visibility. So it's an opportunity for you to, you know, get exposure and sales, right? And also, like let's say that you've already been selling this for some time, your product, then I mean you're going to be you are the better offer already. So you have the better star rating, you have the better main image, and you have reviews to give customers more confidence in your product instead of the newcomer. So that also means that it's actually less ad spend. So it may not really require this high bid and budget. So you basically just search for your keywords and you can use X-ray from Helium, and then you just sort by this creation date to find new sellers. So when was the listing actually created? And then identify this product with few reviews, because you know these are the low hanging fruits, meaning that these are product listings that are not that good. So which means that it's easy for you to be the no-brainer offer. It's easy for you to be the best offer compared to the new listify. So then you just take the ASIN codes of the products, then create their product targeting PPC campaign inside of Seller Central and choose manual targeting, and then enter the ASIN codes, and then just launch the campaign. So here you can see that you just sort by this creation date and check out those products with few reviews. Then you create this campaign with manual targeting, product targeting, and then you add the list of this ASIN codes. So how it's actually working is that then inside the product listing, that you're targeting, then around in this area, this is basically where your ad is going to be shown. So it's kind of like low hanging fruit, and it's kind of an easy way to get traction. So, and in here it's not about this AA cost. The point is that you can it works, and by spending, because this is not going to be like the main advertising method. This is not, because this is not even the main keyword or whatever, because you're directly advertising on these product listings. So here's a example how we can see that every time it's basically resulting in the sales. So here we can see the return on ad spending is at least double. Okay, so let's check some of the updates on Amazon for this year. Okay, so there's been a change on this character limit on generic keywords. So now it allows up to 500 characters for these generic keywords. formerly known as search term in most categories compared to the previous limit. And of course, like with Amazon usually, I mean, everything depends on the category. So there are like differences in categories in many different areas. Like, for example, variations are always different in different categories, like the options that you have. And I remember like actually like some of the product categories didn't even allow like variations before and so on. So you always need to check that, okay, what is applicable in the category that the product is. You should make the like most of the space that you have. So since there's no more space, then basically just use all the space that is given, right? Then another update is that you have the ability to quickly and easily build these different video creatives. So there is this ready-to-use templates and customizing this video. So you basically build your own videos for your ads. And another update is this translations for no cost within a few days. So you basically are able to do these like localized listings to build store or brand campaign in a new country, delivered within 4 days at no cost. So that's pretty neat. And there's like translating a video as well. Okay, another update is that you can generate these images through not AI, meaning that you basically give specific prompts for it. So, okay, product placed in the living room on a table with palm trees in the corner and large windows in the background. And then, you set up the theme if you want, and then see what it actually does. And as is typical with all AI tools, the output strongly depends on the input. So, for example, one thing is also like this main image, like what's the quality of your main image if you're doing these different kinds of like lifestyle images. Like if the main image is not that good, then I mean it's gonna be having a hard time in doing the images. And that being said, it does have a bit of challenges with some of the products overall, because I mean the team ran some experiments with this, but it wasn't really that good, so we didn't actually end up using it. But of course it's neat if there is this feature, and hopefully it's going to be better and better, right? So it will be faster, to get different images for the product listing. And I mean, this doesn't cost anything, so that's cool, right? Yeah, so previously we talked about the low inventory level phase. So it started, or when was it introduced, like a few months ago or something? So there's a low inventory fee to improve sales and inventory health. And, if someone's saying that, oh my God, it's so unfair, like another fee, but I mean, like we talked before, like it comes down back to like, what does Amazon want to deliver? They want to deliver this good customer experience. And if it happens that, I mean, just consider yourself, like if you're ordering a product and then it's out of stock, like how do you feel? Are you really happy with, the store, in this case, Amazon? No, I mean, it's annoying, meaning that you see a product that you really want to order, but it's out of stock, so you're disappointed. So you have this bad customer experience. So Amazon obviously wants to avoid that. So that's why they are doing these different kinds for sellers to be able to maintain healthy level of inventory at all times, which means that you don't have too much stock, but you're not running out of stock either. Yeah, so it started last month with this transition period. So I guess there's some exemptions, and yeah, there's also these tools that we went through a few weeks before that, you can use these inventory revenue calculators to manage this in inventory and estimate the fees.